What's up, everybody? Hey, it's Justin from Sheepdog Response. Hey, today we're going to be going over our combatives, drills, and skills. We're going to talk about dominant positions in self-defense, and we're going to show you how to get there. First dominant position we want to go over is the mount position. This is an ideal position for a self-defense situation where our environment is not nice. In here, we've got nice soft mats where we can practice. Not so nice out there in the parking lot of Walmart, okay? Some things that this position offers me, some advantages, is one, I have strikes. I can strike very well, very strong strikes from here, okay? Two, I have submissions. I can perform a number of chokes, arm locks, all kinds of options. There's many, many more. Those are just a few. Lots of submissions from the top. Three, I have really good control. If I wanted to just hold this person here, I could do what's called base out, or skydive, or Superman. And if my opponent starts moving around, I can let him tire himself out and just maintain good control. Okay? Four, probably some of the most important thing is I have situational awareness. I can see everything. If he starts calling out for friends, I can see them, I can hear. I have really good position for situational awareness, okay? Next, if I need to, I can bail. I can always decide that I don't want to fight anymore and I've got a head start and I can exit this situation, okay? Last but not least, this position allows me the ability to not only break contact, but also use tools. If I need to, I can get to a tool and utilize it, okay? If I'm carrying a concealed pistol, I don't want to go to this tool in the mount position because now we have a fight over the gun, but I can break contact and make space and use my EDC. Okay, this is our traditional back control, okay? We need a couple things to make this work. One is I have to have lower body control. I have to have hooks in, okay? There's all kinds of variations of hooks. We're gonna call these conventional hooks. I'm gonna have these pulled in tight and squeezing the rib cage. Then I have to have upper body control. Again, there's variations. My favorite is gonna be our seatbelt configuration. So one under the armpit, one over the top, looking like a seatbelt. The advantages of back control are that the human being's defenses are pointed the other way, okay? So one, it's hard for him to cover if I deliver strikes. So I do have a number of strikes here, okay? I have great submissions here. I have a great ability for chokes, okay? I have all kinds of arm lock type variations from the back, okay? So my ability to attack from behind is very, very strong and his defenses are very, very weak. The problem here is we don't normally sit in this upright position. Most of the time, we're on the ground. And as you can see here, this is a problem. One, my situational awareness is not great, okay? Two, I can't just break contact if I need to. He's on my leg, very difficult. I can't just get up at will and get away, okay? Three, if I roll away, this close contact here makes it hard to go to some sort of tool, and I'm in such close proximity that this could be a bad idea pulling a tool out in the first place. It could just be a fight over that tool. So you can see here my options are very limited when I have the back. With all that being said, the back position is a very, very strong position. I have a great ability to attack. So if my opponent were to offer me that position, I'm certainly not going to refuse it. I just need to understand the downsides to that position when I'm in a self-defense situation out in a parking lot, let's say. But what if I have the best of both worlds? What if I have the back position from top? I've got all the added effects of gravity, my weight, okay? And he's pretty much defenseless here, okay? This is gonna be an ideal position for a self-defense environment. Advantages of this position are my opponent's defenses are pointed the other way, to include his eyes, his ability to see. So obviously I have powerful strikes here, okay? I have the ability to attack via submissions. So I have chokes, right? I have the ability to control very well. I can straighten my hands and push the face into the concrete here, and we can make soup if we really needed to. I also have the ability to break contact. I can decide the fight's over, I can get up, and I can run away. Last but not least, I have access to my tools, and he cannot access my tools. This is a good situation. If I need to go to a blade, I can. If I need to go to an EDC or to a concealed carry pistol, I can. I'm gonna break contact, make space with authority, and present. But how do I get my opponent to that superior position? Well, there's essentially two ways. One, I might give him some encouragement and he may give me that position, okay? And then the second method is we're gonna force him into that position. Let's talk about the encouragement option first. Guys, when I talk about encouragement, I mean this kind of encouragement. I'm gonna start striking. Most people that do not have any training are going to turn to protect their face. This is a primal urge that's default wired into a human being's brain. He wants to roll to protect his face. This is gonna give me that dominant position. The second option is I'm gonna force him into that position. I'm always gonna try to give him some encouragement first to see if he'll give it to me, but if he doesn't, I'm gonna put him there. I'm gonna start with some words of encouragement to see if I can get him to roll. If I can't and he's just covering his face, I'm now going to go 2-on-1, and I'm gonna force this wrist to the ground. It doesn't have to necessarily be crossed like that. If this arm's out of the way, it doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna force this to the mat. I'm now going to reinforce the back of his elbow with my chest so that it makes it very difficult for him to get his arm out now. I'm gonna bring my hand behind his head and I'm going to secure his wrist. Once I have the wrist secured, I can give him a little more encouragement if I want, or I can start turning him. We call this maneuver the ratchet maneuver, okay? In traditional jiu-jitsu, you're gonna hear this called gift wrap. I'm gonna start driving the elbow down and pulling the wrist. As I get him to turn, I move my chest to his shoulder. I'm trying to capture all the movement that I can, all the progress. Again, behind, so that way he can't get his back to the mat. And I'm gonna drive him forward. Drive, so that I have him in this position. Once I have him here, he's kind of up on his elbow. I'm gonna make it even more worse for him. I'm gonna bring my hand under the elbow and I'm gonna drive him forward to really flatten him out. I'm gonna put my hands on his head and I'm gonna extend my arm and I'm gonna make soup. Once I get my opponent here, I've got all the options that we talked about, okay? Strikes, control, going to tools. If my opponent wants to try to build himself back up like so, the neck is exposed. This is a great time for me to either A, deliver punches, or B, attack the neck. Lots of different chokes here, and I'm gonna put my opponent out. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed this week's combative skills and drills. Remember those dominant positions, okay? There's pros and cons of everything, even dominant positions, especially in a self-defense situation. Get out there, grab a partner, go train. Let's get some stress inoculation going.